Hey everyone, just a quick disclaimer. We did this, we recorded this podcast, and then it was announced that they're gonna rework Sonic following the reception to the trailer. So, a lot of what we said was largely invalidated. Whoops. But here's the original version of it as it was recorded. Just keep in mind, the Sonic we talked about in it is no longer going to be the final version. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
So, it's finally out. The trailer for
The fucking Sonic trailer.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2019.
Welcome to the first episode of Internet Movie Show. I'm John.
It's not even what we're calling. We'll just call it that. Fuck it.
That's
I'm
Chuckie. There you go.
Today is a glorious day.
It's a terrible day.
Everyone.
No
the trailer
one.
came out yesterday when we recorded this. I've seen it several times.
I've seen it twice now. Once when it first released, once 5 minutes before we started recording this.
Let me just go on record saying that neither of us, at least to my knowledge, are extreme Sonic fans on the level of something like
No.
Pokemon or like Marvel or like we're not the target audience.
I'm a casual
Granted-
fast boy.
Granted, this shut up. Granted, that this movie is not made for the target audience. What it is made for is trying to tell a story with Sonic the Hedgehog. The thing is like, I know this is starting to sounding like a review of the movie, and fuck, we haven't seen the movie.
It's out when? November 10th?
We're
right?
only talking about something like that. We're only talking about the trailer. The thing is like, my personal feelings towards the trailer, I'm just naturally optimistic, or at least I try to be. My feelings on this trailer are, I understand why people are annoyed with it. I truly do, and I do get a lot of the problems and like the arguments that people have made about this trailer. Ever since the poster first came out, I questioned the validity of making that Sonic's design. And I'm talking specifically about the poster with the silhouette, like the original teaser
the one.
poster.
They know the one.
Yeah, not like the one of him like on the bridge.
I'll throw it up on screen and post.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So that poster, I was a little bit annoyed. I was worried. I do love Sonic. I really do. I think it's a series that kind of gets a lot of shit, but for every garbage thing in it, it definitely does have, like Mario, it definitely does have like the heart to sort of like keep it going. And I do get why people love it, even through all like the bullshit, be it like Sonic 06, Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, like all the absolute garbage this series has given us. There are also some really great games like Sonic 1 through 4, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 to a point. I know there's this sort of like
Sonic
argument
Generations
whether or not
is
both of
good.
those games are good. Sonic Generations is great. Sonic Colors is pretty good.
Sonic Mania, the newer-ish 16-bit one, is fucking phenomenal, actually.
I honestly just like the character. So
Whoa!
gotta go fast. Whoa! The thing is like, okay, if he doesn't scream, I said this a long time ago, and judging by that trailer, it will never happen. I want a sequence in the movie. If this is rated PG-13, I want one sequence in the movie where Sonic like runs up to like Jim Carrey and just goes, "Fuck you, Dr. Eggman!" Yeah, and just like runs away. Like, it'll never happen. It's never gonna happen, but or he just like trips over something and just goes, "Whoa, fuck!" I think I've mentioned that on stream before. I would give this movie like 3 extra points.
If Sonic drops an
Sonic
F-bomb...
just drops a fucking F-bomb in the middle of the movie.
If they let Sonic swear, I will be the first in line for the next showing after the initial viewing.
Hashtag let Sonic. So I just want their. There he is. There's the boy.
It's the Sonic Unleashed scream as his ringtone.
So yeah, it is actually. It's my text tone. That's how much I love Sonic
No.
and how stupid it can get. But the
design is frustrating me just because, like...
I have issues with the design. The first being is that the proportions on his...
He's
body...
not built like Sonic. He's built like a human runner. He has human thighs.
I do sort of get what they were going for there.
I get it, but I hate it.
Yeah, it's literally a thanks I hate it sort of situation.
Yeah.
Like, you did exactly what you were trying to do.
Like, why couldn't we just... Do you remember the
it
Progressive commercial?
It just happens that the thing you were trying to do is fucking stupid.
Do you remember the Progressive commercial from a couple of years ago where it was just Sonic running through the store and he looked fine? Why didn't we just get that? That was good.
Fuck, use his Smash Bros. Ultimate model and give it more hair.
Yeah.
Like...
Why did you separate his eyes? He was everyone's favorite Lightspeed Cyclops. Okay.
I actually think the only thing that about the costume design, the character design for him that looks fine is his face. His face and his head. He looks like Sonic from the face and the head.
He should not have human teeth. That's not okay.
That is true. He should have sharper teeth. In fact, even Sonic Adventure gave him like pretty pronounced like teeth. But
I want to say, because it looks like it, but the image you see with those goddamn those chompers.
Man, you talk for a second. I gotta just run real quick. I'll be right back.
We didn't edit anything in this image aside from the lens flare. Those chompers, those human, photorealistic human teeth. We didn't add those in. The little like dark fur, the goatee he's got going on, kinda. We didn't touch that. The nose, we didn't touch that. All we did is the lens flare, and he looks like the Who's from the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. You know,
I will agree with that. Actually, I will definitely agree with that.
He looks more like a human in Who makeup than he does Sonic the Hedgehog to me.
To me, the face is the only thing that actually does look like Sonic. The issue is that his hands are clearly white. By the way, I'm looking at the trailer. I'm looping it on YouTube with the sound off right now on my screen. But one touch I did actually, no, I'm gonna take a step back for a second. The character design. His hands need to be bigger. Like, I get it. If you want to go with the creepy human-like proportions, that's totally fine. I get it. Like, you wanted to do something different with the character. I get that. Make his feet bigger. Make his hands bigger. Give him, like, Mario gloves. Like, don't hesitate to make the character look like the character. Like, at the end of the trailer, we see Jim Carrey as
Bizarro Eggman.
For lack of a better term, game Eggman. Like, like, he looks like he does in the game with the giant fuck off mustache.
He's rotund. He's bald.
They did replace his like Morpheus glasses with
the goggles,
which looked really cool. But the issue with Sonic's design is that everything aside from his face looks too real. I'm looking at the trailer right now. The shot where he's in the car just talking to the guy, I don't know the actor's name, the main character. That shot where he's talking with him and he's just sitting in the car and you can just see his head and like his like chest. That looks fine. He looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
He looks like Sonic, but I think the lighting on him is off, so it looks like see, that's my thing with most of this movie. It's not like Detective Pikachu. There's the comparison. Sorry.
No, he does.
It's not Detective Pikachu where the world. Like with Detective Pikachu, it looks like the actors almost filmed around stand-ins for Pokemon. Whereas this
it looks
movie,
like they got Pokemon plushies.
yeah, this movie,
Shots and,
this movie
drove around
looks.
in Roombas and shit.
This one looks a lot more like Sonic was added in post, if that makes sense. I know both the Pokemon and Detective Pikachu and Sonic were added in post, but it looks more like Sonic is an effect and not part of the world, which I think Detective
honestly,
Pikachu did better.
A lot of this movie looks low budget.
It does.
Like, just watching the trailer, there are some details that I do like. Like, I'm watching the trailer. The place that this dude's a sheriff of is named Green Hills. That's a funny little touch. I can appreciate that. The fact that they use the game noises for when Sonic does the spin dash, or like the homing attack, or like the ring noises, like those are all great. Honestly, his voice is fine. I personally think his voice,
for the most part, it's fine. There's one shot in the trailer where
it would be better to get Roger Craig Smith. I get that, but because they specifically didn't want to,
question mark,
I'm gonna let it slide because they wanted to choose like an actual like movie actor. Like I get he is a voice actor, and I do get that, but they wanted to pick like an actual like.
But the guy they got didn't do the mocap for it anyway, though. So.
But what I mean is they wanted to get a different actor to play him. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, why did they cast like Roger Craig Smith if Jaleel White is still alive and around? Like,
yeah, I guess.
Why recast the character? Like, why does anyone ever recast a character?
I will say
sometimes it's because of contracts, but also sometimes it's just because you wanted to do a new take on that character.
I will say for the most part, Ben Schwartz, I believe it is, as Sonic.
Yeah, I think so.
He sounded pretty good. The only one that takes me out of it a little bit is I don't remember the exact line, but he knocks over like a robocar with the spin dash, and then he's under it, and he's like, "Is that all you got?" or whatever, and that sounds more Ben Schwartz than it does Sonic. That took me out of it a little bit, but otherwise, what they showed in the trailer, he's fine.
I mean, he is clearly trying to do a Sonic impression. Like, everyone knows Sonic's voice, like, regardless of the fact, like, whether or not you watch the, like, old show, like, the old cartoon, like, any of that, like, if you grew up with Jaleel White Sonic, cool, but that's not Sonic's voice now. Like, his voice is known for being the, whoa, gotta go fast, way past cool, like, that kind of, like...
Whoa, fuck!
Oh, shit! Like that kind of like that tone, and he did a good job from the trailer. Like if that scene where he fucked up or like fell out of character a little bit is the only scene in the movie,
that's good.
Whatever, yeah, no, he played a good Sonic. Like the scene where they're in the car and Eggman's just like, no, but thank you for asking, and he comes out with this little robot buggy. And Sonic just goes, whoa, that totally sounded like a Sonic line.
That was good. That was
like,
good.
That was
good Sonic, yeah.
I have two thoughts about this movie. One, what's gonna happen is everyone's gonna hate it when it comes out. And then everyone's gonna hate it once it has existed for a while and no one's gonna give it a second thought, similar to like the Mario movie or whatever.
Oh, people think about that a lot, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I know. I do have another theory.
Oh, no.
However campy and, like, low budget and, like, weird this movie looks...
This movie could be good if they, like, leaned into that, though, because that's what Sonic is a lot of the time.
I know.
Sonic
like,
doesn't take himself seriously, whereas this movie seems like Sonic's the only one not taking the movie seriously. And
which is fine. That's hysterical.
Yes and no, but it's also kind of jarring.
Sonic never takes anything seriously, though. Like, even in the Sonic universe,
there
are sequences where like Tails is like, "Oh shit, Eggman's gonna blow up the city," and Sonic's like, "I gotta collect those rings," and he's just like, it's like, Sonic is clearly a character that thrives on just having fun. And like, even if he's doing the right thing for the right reasons, even like in serious scenes, like there's a lot of scenes in Sonic 06, granted not the best game, but like the story is at least vaguely interesting to a point. There's a couple scenes where like Silver is explaining like, oh, this is why all this like shit's been going down, and Sonic's just like, oh, shit. Like he's just like, he's not taking any of it seriously. Like he's just kind of sitting there like doing his thing, just running around and going fast. But like that would be really funny if they made like, what they would have to do is make like a genuinely good like action movie, sci-fi movie, disaster movie, and then just put Sonic in it to basically riff the movie through the whole thing and make it like a buddy cop thing, which seems like the angle they're going with, except they put Jim Carrey Eggman in there, which I don't have a problem with if they do more with him in this movie.
I feel like by both having the act alongside Jim Carrey and Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog, whoever main police boy is, and I apologize to him for not knowing his name, he's gonna be overshadowed in this movie.
Yeah, it is gonna be an issue where
they're setting up this buddy cop thing based on the trailer where it's him and Sonic palling around. Goddamn, I just realized if his name's Miles, I'm gonna shoot someone. But
that'd be funny. I would actually give them props for that.
But like Police Boy and Sonic, it seems like they've got this buddy cop, good pal vibe going on that they're trying to set for this movie. But it's this guy against Sonic and Eggman, played by Jim Carrey. I just don't see him like fitting in well. Like,
also, like, Jim Carrey's been out of stuff for a while. Like, he's done a few things, but this is like his return to like
playing Jim Carrey,
being a Jim Carrey character. Like,
yeah,
this is his like the Riddler or like the Grinch or like any other fucking Jim Carrey character you can think of. So like, I'm happy for the dude. I don't want that. Honestly, I don't want this movie to turn out bad because I want him to keep doing stuff. And honestly, I'm gonna be the one to say it. I don't think you can, like, Sonic is one of those like franchises that you can always do badly. I do think there's
definitely potential to be good.
There is something there. And like, honestly, I get why the cop is with Sonic in this movie. I do, because it would be more jarring if the movie was like the Sonic X TV show where everyone just knew Sonic existed and it's like, yeah, it's just a blue hedgehog walking around. I don't fucking what. But like, I understand why they did it the way they did it, and it's like, here is a human and he meets up with Sonic to introduce like the world to the concept of Sonic, you know? Yeah. I do understand why they did that. I do think that this is a situation where they're trying to take the material of Sonic, which is, there's just a blue hedgehog in the real world. Like, every Sonic game does take place in its own universe. I do understand that. But most Sonic games, with the exception of like Sonic 06, typically do take place in a lot of like urban setting. Like Earth urban, not like alien urban. So you sort of have to set it on. So that's one issue that they're dealing with. So they're trying to make a movie like for people who are used to just going to see movies, while simultaneously trying to explain who the fuck Sonic is, why he's here, what his deal is. And like, they do a good job in the trailer, granted. They show like, oh, he can go fast and he does things with rings. Awesome. Sweet, we get it.
Yeah, let's talk about the rings, actually. Are those like usually portals? Is there a reason for that in the...
Depends on the game. Actually, yes. In Sonic 1, when you end a level, you have the choice to either just run off the side of the stage or go through the giant ring at the end of the stage, and that teleports you to the bonus stage. So kind of, I think that's sort of what they're going for there. I'm not too versed on like the lore, for lack of a better term, but there is some stuff like that in like already existing Sonic media. Also, I've never read any of the comic. If anyone's watching this wondering if like I'm talking about the comics, no, I'm talking specifically about the games. As apparently the comics are canon. I guess, I don't know.
Well, I don't know, because Sega wiped a whole bunch from canon before this movie, including the one that establishes
Ogilvy Maurice the Hedgehog.
That one's no longer canon. For some reason, Sega made the one that mentions his home planet Mobius. That's not canon anymore.
That's referenced in Sonic Adventure 1, I think, if I remember correctly.
But that seems like a weird thing to purge, because Sonic mentions save your planet. And honestly, it'd be fucking hysterical to me if he just smashes into the Earth in a fucking UFO, and he's just an alien.
Yeah, because, like, we're only reviewing the trailer right now. We don't know how this movie starts. We don't know how this movie ends. We barely even know what even happens in this movie, with the exception of Eggman shows up to fix Sonic, and then probably ends up trying to take over the world in the So, like, that's pretty much all we know. Also, granted, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer and come back, because it's something. But anyway, let's compare this to another video game to movie adaptation that is coming out this year. Detective Pikachu.
That is out in 9 days at the time of recording.
Yeah, I've been seeing trailers for it at work all the time because they're on the like TVs in the mall. But so Detective Pikachu, you look at the trailer for Detective Pikachu and you look at the trailer for this. This movie, Detective Pikachu as a type has a sort of cinematography. It has a tone. It clearly is going for like a weird cyberpunk film noir action adventure sort of feel.
Well, it's
while
weird,
simultaneously being a fucking Pokemon movie.
Yeah, and despite somehow juggling all that, it somehow is brighter and more vibrant than the Sonic movie. And
Which is funny because the trailer is actually darker, because like the like trailer for Detective Pikachu, there's a lot of bright shit. Like, the difference is with Sonic is the only cartoon character we see in the trailer. I don't know if Knuckles is in the movie, I don't know if Amy's in the movie, I don't know if Tails is in the movie, I don't know if Shadow's in the movie. Granted, they easily could bring him in as part of Eggman's plot. But anyway, Sonic is the only thing that's out of place. And that is a problem when he is the main character of your movie.
And that's not to say fish out of water stories never work, but also have you noticed in almost every shot of the trailer, all the buildings, the roads, the sky, it's always gray? Like, it's got like this gray kind of dark feel to it. Not like dark tonally, but color-wise. I almost want to say it's got like a filter over it, you know? It doesn't feel bright. Sonic, if you boot up any Sonic game and go to Green Hill Zone, it's a goddamn incredibly vibrant, bright, colorful, happy cartoon. Yeah.
Any stage. Like, fuck.
I don't see that here.
City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, you know, the city map, is more vibrant than this movie that, in the trailer, has a variety of location.
Yeah, I don't know. It just has a very dry color palette to me in this movie.
City Escape takes you through like a bunch of streets, a bunch of like parks, back alleys, like on bridges and shit. Like, there's a ton of different shit. And then you have this that's just kind of like the desert, the forest, and the city. Like, that's it. There's not that much variety, you know? But then, okay, so then you look at Detective Pikachu, which granted also takes place in a city for the most part. At least from what we can see in the trailer. There's some like forest stuff, but a lot of the trailer is in the city. It looks almost like something like Blade Runner in certain shots, like huge neon signs, dark, like it looks like it looks great. It's there's like shots of like Pikachu in the apartment with Justice Smith, and like it's like a film noir with like the windows with like the light coming in through like the slats in the shades, and like it feels like a detective movie. Like, granted, I want that movie to be good just because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I really do. And from what we've seen so far, it does look really promising. That movie could honestly, like, that movie could turn out to be bad, which would break my heart because I want to see. I was horrified when they said they were doing a live action Pokemon movie and it was going to be Detective Pikachu, and I was like, no, you're gonna fuck it up.
As soon as I saw the first trailer for it, I was like, damn.
When I saw the first trailer and I saw Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu, I'm like, okay, you have me a little more. The newest trailer, I'm like, this is the type of movie we should have gotten when the Mario movie was made. A like adaptation that's not necessarily faithful to the original material, meaning the main series Pokemon games. Like, keep in mind, first live action Pokemon movie made, and they chose Detective Pikachu, which doesn't even, at least to my knowledge, does not take place in the main series Pokemon universe.
I wish it did. How cool would that be?
But from what I've heard, they already have greenlit several other Pokemon / Nintendo related projects at Warner Bros., which, if that's true and they have the same level of like effort that was put into like even
are you sure it's just Warner Brothers? Because I'm pretty sure Illumination has Mario. I don't know where Zelda wound up between the two of them. I think Illumination got it.
Fuck that. No. Okay. Let me
if it's not Charles Martinet, just cancel it now. First of all,
the Sonic movie might be bad. All right, it might be. It genuinely might be. I will be less pissed if the Sonic movie turns out bad than I will be if Illumination fucks up Mario. Like, if they have Zelda, honestly, that's Nintendo's mistake for letting them even have a fucking license, because their art style, their skill set, which granted in my opinion is pretty lackluster, doesn't, like, the styles do not fucking cross. Like, you think Zelda and you think Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, The Grinch.
I could see it kind of working with Breath of the Wild Link, honestly.
No. Okay. You would need someone like Pixar, or like,
oh dude, a Pixar Zelda movie? Holy fuck.
Like, you would need someone like Pixar, or fuck, even the people behind Enter the Spider-Verse.
That would be good.
I hate the Emoji Movie, but Sony Animation has given me a little bit of hope after how they handled Enter the Spider-Verse.
I saw it recently. It deserves the Oscar. Anyway.
So, if Illumination, because the art style of Mario does sort of lend itself to Illumination style. The difference is Illumination can't be the one to do the art design, which I know that's weird to say. They need to use like official Nintendo assets, textures, models. They cannot be the ones to make it, because the Mario games have a very specific art design, even down to like,
they just like really do.
Like, you don't fully appreciate it because like they are very cartoonish games. Like, I get that, and there are some people that don't see like the subtle differences. I'm not trying to sound pretentious, but there are people that don't see the subtle differences between something like Despicable Me's art style and Mario's art style. Like, fuck. Keep in mind, Sonic and Bowser were both in Wreck-It Ralph. Give it to Disney. Give Mario to Disney. Let Disney make a Mario movie. Because even if it's not Pixar, Walt Disney Animation has, like, fuck. Have you guys seen the Frozen 2 trailer?
It looks pretty good.
That's not a Pixar movie. And Disney Animation is starting to get to the point where they're, like, getting up to, like, Pixar level of quality.
Getting close. I wouldn't say they're there yet.
No, sure, totally. They are getting close. Considering the studio, Pixar started making CG movies, whereas Walt Disney Animation started making
hand-drawn.
What was it? Pinocchio? Was that the first one?
Wasn't it Snow White?
It was Snow White, yeah. So, started with, like, hand-drawn animation and special machines that layered pieces of canvas so that they could film them properly. Like, this is a company that has been in the game for time and did sort of fall behind for a little while, but is back. Like, they're coming back. Like Moana was Disney Animation, right? That wasn't Pixar?
I believe that was Pixar.
No, Coco was Pixar. Moana was Disney Animation, I believe.
Whatever.
I think. But anyway, so you have, like, Moana, Frozen, Tangled, Frozen 2 from the trailer. Like, their animation is getting better. It really is. Like, it looks great. Fuck, if you can't get Disney to take the Mario license, DreamWorks.
Oh,
like,
they could do good with it.
I'm not the biggest fan of some DreamWorks projects, but How to Train Your Dragon, what is it, 4?
3. It's a trilogy and they're ending there.
How to Train Your Dragon 3. The trailer for that looks fucking beautiful. Give them Mario and give them Zelda.
That'd be insane.
That would be insane. Fuck. And then go give, like, I don't know, Warner Brothers fucking Metroid.
Dude,
and just have them make a fucking sci-fi movie.
If they do to Metroid
like,
what they did with Detective,
sci-fi movie.
Yeah, if they do to Metroid what they did with Detective Pikachu, that'd be.
I would even take like a gritty CG Metroid movie. Like, I'd take that totally.
Yeah.
Like,
anyway, we got
so
sidetracked.
Sorry, yeah, we should be talking about
the Blue Devil.
Ogilvy Maurice.
All right. Nope. My computer just went to sleep. Give me a second. I hope that doesn't kill the recording. No, it didn't. We're good.
All right. I've talked enough about this fucking trailer. You can give your thoughts. I'll think of some like final thoughts while you're doing your piece.
I'm intrigued by this movie. I think it has potential.
Yeah, that's a good word for it, honestly, is intrigued.
It shows a few scenes, like every scene in the trailer that has me go, ugh. Also gives me something where I go, hey, that's not terrible. Like, it shows potential, but it shows bad things too, so it's frustrating to see it kind of hinder itself.
I am genuinely interested. Like,
yeah,
I'm interested to see how Jim Carrey progresses from
Morpheus to Eggman.
From oh, I'm a dickhead who's also like apparently like an insane doctor who's going to like help save the government from an issue.
Issue of Sonic.
I'm gonna get that hedgehog. Like, I want to see that progression of the character. And honestly, if we have Jim Carrey at the like, I'll watch a sequel of this movie.
If it's good, I would, sure.
If we see Eggman basically go insane over time, like Sonic keeps on like fucking up his shit to the point where he finally defeats him at the end of the movie, and then he gets like banished to like some other dimension or something, and then it's just like, because the end of the trailer ends. If you haven't seen the trailer, I know there's really no point in you watching this video if you haven't seen the trailer, honestly.
Dude, we're like 40 minutes into this thing. If I hadn't seen the trailer...
Yeah, okay. So the trailer ends with a shot of, like, some kind of, like, desert mushroom weird... It looks like a different dimension, alright? Or at least another planet.
Sonic was shown going to Egypt in the trailer. He was at the pyramid, so it's probably just that.
No, let me... Hang on. Let me...
Whatever.
Yeah, no, there's giant mushrooms and shit.
Okay.
But so he goes to Felucia.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool.
Lovely this time of 66. Anyway, continue.
But, so the if we see him basically, if the movie like ends with him getting like exiled to some like other dimension or a different planet or something, and Sonic's like
exiled.
Fuck you. If he gets removed, and like his last line in the movie before it cuts to credits is just "I'm gonna get that hedgehog" in like the Dr. Eggman like scream,
and then the like post-credit scene is just like him, and then the post-credit scene is just him like creating shadow or some shit.
Well, he can build the death egg.
I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna pretend and waste everyone's time. Anyway,
it's literally the Death Star. It's a giant space station. I think from Sonic Adventure 2. It's called the Death Egg, I think, or like Egg Base or something like that. But you know, what if they call him Dr. Robotnik in the movie?
I feel like they probably will.
They're clearly going for like
the Descent.
So they're clearly going from a more serious angle with at least his character interacting with everyone else. So like, I mean, fuck, the Pentagon calls Eggman in to solve the Sonic problem. Like, why the fuck am I saying that with a straight face? But so I'm assuming he's gonna be called Dr. Robotnik, and then maybe like throughout the course of the movie, or like something like traumatic will happen at the end of the movie where he just goes fucking insane and just goes, "My name's Eggman now, I'm gonna get that fucking hedgehog." Like, if that's the F-bomb, holy shit, I want that. No, fuck Sonic saying it. If Dr. Eggman adds the word fucking to the "I'm gonna get that hedgehog" line, oh boy. Also,
it depends where he adds it, though. I'm gonna get that hedgehog fucking.
Whoa, that's not cool.
Oh no! All right, so let's. On that note,
I don't have high hopes, but I am hopeful because I want to see a return for Jim Carrey.
Intrigued.
I want to see what they do with this character going forward. I really do. Like, I'm not a huge Sonic fan, but I love the character. Like, I'm not a franchise. I'm not a huge Sonic franchise fan. I do love the character of Sonic, and I make fun of him all the time by doing the voice, like, as a joke, and just being like, "Whoa, shit!" Like, but the reason I do that is because I love the character, and it's just really funny, like, because that's the way you do it. If you had him be in, like, granted, it is a kid's game, they can't really just straight up go and do that. That would be like Mario going like, "Oh fuck," like, you can only do that in like online animation. Like that's that sort of like point where you hit like that breaking point. But like it is the sort of thing, like, if you want to tell a serious Sonic story, for lack of a better term, or like have Sonic be in a realistic world, have him throw out some swears, have him like be like, "Oh, what the fuck," or like
I can't picture it.
What the hell is that? Like,
well, no, because then you're in shadow territory, though.
Oh shit, he's the edgy one. Dies. Damn, not here. Actually, no, that'd be funny if they save the F-bomb for the second movie, and Shadow shows up, and he's just like, "Get the fuck out of my way!" It's like, what?
Jim Carrey's just like, whoa, and just like steps.
Yeah, like Jim Carrey's like, what the? And then Sonic's just like, oh. Just, I want Sonic to react to someone just blatantly like swearing up a storm at him. Like that'd be fucking great. Say like Shadow's just like, "Get the fuck out of my way, you asshole," and Sonic's just like, "Oh." Like, how do I react to this?
I think this movie.
My personal hopes, but I'm quite curious that I will be seeing.
I'm intrigued. We're definitely going to see it. We're going to do a spoiler cast.
Of course we are. We still haven't done one for fucking Endgame, but...
Well, no, because you just saw, like, yesterday. 2 days ago.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so we'll do one this week. But...
Maybe. I don't know if I have time. But anyway.
But, my prediction for Sonic the Hog is...
Ogilvy Maurice.
Son the Hog, I think, will...
Son the Hedge.
I think will range from, it could range from terrible to okay. That's my thoughts on it.
I hope the marquee just says Son the Hedge.
It won't.
It will be something like Sonic the Hedge. Sonic the Head.
Ugh. Alright.
Oh boy. Final thoughts for me. Yeah, I don't have high hopes. I do want it to do well for several reasons. I want to see the character do more stuff. I want to see Jim Carrey come back. Because why was he out of acting? I think it was like depression or something.
Partially depression. Partially people stopped hiring him because he went on a whole like 5-year rant about how vaccinations kill children or something like that. Like that was pretty bad.
No, cool.
Like that was a thing that happened.
I don't like anti-vaxxers, but I like Jim Carrey.
Decisions.
No, I do want to see the dude do some more stuff. Even if this movie does poorly, he looks like he's fun. Like he's not like he's one of the people that you can tell when he's sleepwalking through something for the most part, but like he doesn't sleepwalk often. Like he typically gives his all in every performance. Like, have you people seen The Mask? Like,
oh my god.
Like he puts his all into every like performance, and I hope the dude had fun making this movie. I really do, because I want to see him come back, and I want this movie to like do at least okay. That like people are like, oh shit, Jim Carrey's back, sweet. Because like
cool.
Even if this movie doesn't do well, he's playing a Jim Carrey character. Like he's playing like the Riddler or like The Mask or like he is playing a Jim Carrey character in the movie, at least until we get to like the actual like Eggman sequence.
It's a Jim character. Anyway.
Do I need to put you in the corner?
All right, everyone. See you on the next episode of Internet Movie Show.
Yeah. Movie looks kind of bad. I will be seeing it, probably for the same reasons I saw Medea, because I like the character, and I'm just too fucking curious to not see it.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah.
And that's Son the Hog. And
go see Detective Pikachu.
All right, see you on the next episode of Internet Movie Show. Yeah.